Ladies, I'm here on that show, and I'm here to talk about Texas A&M, the number 16 Texas Longhorns beating the number 3 Texas A&M Aggies. 27-17 reaction, handing Texas A&M their first loss of the season here on rivalry week in the final game of the regular season for these two teams. Texas A&M is eliminated from SEC championship contention. Texas just dominated the second half, outscored them 24-7 there. And then Marcel Reed had 2 late interceptions in this ball game, which sealed their fate. Too many Aggie errors in the fourth quarter, you know. I mean, Texas has played better these last few weeks of the season. You know, they've been playing a lot better than they were early in the season. But even after tonight, I can't see still Texas making the playoffs. And look, tonight's a very good win. You know, you beat number 3 team in the country that was undefeated, hand them their first loss. You know, too many errors by the Texas A&M Aggies tonight upset them. I still don't think they should make the playoffs. Look, they have 3 losses. You lost to 3-8 Florida. Oh, we only lost to Ohio State by 7. Doesn't matter. Still lost. I don't get the narrative. Oh, this is a good loss. No, there is no such thing as a good loss. You got destroyed by Florida. And you say, oh, we lost to Georgia, man. It was a close one. You know, until the fourth quarter. Doesn't matter. Still lost. Doesn't matter how you try and spin it. They lost these games. And Steve Sarkisian is saying, oh, it'd be a disservice to college football if Texas were left out of the college football playoff. Maybe you should have beat Florida. You would have had a better argument with a 10-2 record. It's just letting 3 lost teams in the playoffs. No, man. And it would be a disservice to our sport if this team's not a playoff team. Where we went and scheduled that non-conference game, talking about Ohio State. Schedule that game? Yeah, don't matter. You took the L, buddy. You lost. You lost that game. Because if we're a 10-2 team, that's not a question. There's the SEC fans' favorite word, if. Another hypothetical win for the SEC. SEC. Look. Because if we're 10-2. Hey, you're not 10-2. You're 9-3. You lost to Florida. You went to overtime with Kentucky and Mississippi State. Mississippi State didn't even make a damn bowl game. Kentucky's 5-6. You went to overtime with those 2 teams. You got stomped by Georgia. Don't care. Oh, it was close until the fourth quarter. You lost. You lost to Florida. Being hot and cold is not a good thing. I can't get behind Texas being in the playoffs with those numbers. It would be a disservice to college football to put a team in that lost to a horrendous Florida team. I mean, yeah, they scheduled a big conference game early. I don't care, they lost. And yeah, sure, they have some good wins, but if you can't manage to make a 12-team playoff, you maybe aren't deserving. And sure, they lost to 2 pretty damn good teams in Georgia and Ohio State, but you lost. Sure, it's a damn good win tonight. You outplayed them in the second half, outscored them 24-7. Good job. And people are like, oh, but not a peep about the balls it takes to schedule Ohio State week 1. I don't care. They lost. The loss to Ohio State does not hurt them. It's the one you lost to a 3-8 Florida team. And you had Kentucky and Mississippi State take you to overtime. Those 2 teams aren't good. Just saying, man. But it was a very impressive win tonight. It's just, I'm still saying they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. But this was a very good game. For the outscoring 24-10, Arch Manning looked like complete shit in the first half. He was like 5 for 21, but he played a lot better in the second half. Some maturity there by Arch Manning to just show up in the second half. He threw a touchdown. He had a 35-yard rushing touchdown after Texas A&M cut the lead to 3. Let's talk about Arch Manning, man. We'll get to the game here. Arch Manning, 14-29, 179, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He had 7 runs, 53 yards, 1 touchdown, 7.6 yards per carry. They ran the ball all down Texas A&M's throat in the second half with Contravian Weissner. He broke off some big runs, man. He absolutely tore through that Texas A&M defensive front, but also credited that Texas offensive line, man. And they were using some motion as well, with Ryan Wingo using some of that motion. But Arch Manning, you know, he sucked in the first half, but he showed some real good maturity in that second half, man. You know, I feel like he's got better as this season's went along. You know, he's had some good games, Vandy, Mississippi State. And the first half tonight really sucked. Don't get me wrong, but the second half he played much, much better. And he performed really well in the second half. 35-yard rushing touchdown. He throws a nice pass to Ryan Wingo. You know, they thought Arch Manning was going to run, use his legs, just to break down in the secondary. And then on a 3rd and 3, he takes a 35-yarder to the house. A fantastic game, I thought, from Arch Manning in the second half. First half, second half, big thumbs up from Archie Manning. But there's zero chance Texas is making the playoffs still unless Alabama beating BYU or somebody else loses. Like, I know they got a great win tonight and all, but maybe you shouldn't have lost to Florida and you would would be in. But they've also beat Vanderbilt. They beat Vandy. So they beat Vandy, Oklahoma, and now Texas A&M. I guess if they want to use that argument, 3 top 10 wins, okay, yeah, that's really good, but that Florida loss might hurt them. The Ohio State loss doesn't hurt them. It's just really the Florida loss. But Marcel Reed, what a disappointment you were tonight, sir. 20 of 32, 180, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, both interceptions there in the fourth quarter. Just really disappointing for Marcel Reed, I thought. I thought this was his worst game of the season. I thought he played his worst half of the season. But after that performance I watched tonight, and he threw 2 interceptions there in that fourth quarter, I don't want to hear any of you fucks try and say Marcel Reed should be the Heisman. He had 12 runs, 71 yards, 5.9 a carry. He has no business being in the Heisman conversation. All because he had a huge comeback at South Carolina. He got his team down by like 30, 27 or whatever. Like, look, it's not just because they had one bad game. I'm not shitting on them. It's just... It's not shitting on the guy. It's just... He kind of got exposed tonight, I thought. Like, I think Marcel Reed's a good quarterback, but... He was never the Heisman favorite. It was always Mendoza or Julian Saint. It's about how much people want to fucking say, oh, the easy schedule and whatever. He's looked damn good. He got better week after week, and sometimes he doesn't even have to do much because they're up so big and they just run the ball. Get Jacob Rodriguez in the Heisman conversation, not Marcel Reed. Get him out of there. The arguments for him were incredibly stupid. I don't think he belonged there anyways. This was the Heisman people were trying to talk about. Is he really that good, or is it just the weapons of KC Concepcion and Mario Craver? But A&M, to be honest, I mean, I think they're damn good, but they haven't really played a great schedule. Like, they haven't really played any great teams in the SEC, and they finally play, I think, a good team, and they get their asses kicked. And sure, his team's come this game 11-0, 33 touchdowns. It's not just in the moment. Maybe he played hurt, but... See, he did get hurt early on. Maybe he was hurt, but... I don't know. Yeah, Marcel Reed, terrible game. Let's go over the rest of the stats. Let's go Texas. Quintravion Weissner, 19 runs, 155 yards, 8.2 yards per carry. What a game from Quintravion Weissner. 2 catches, 19 yards. Absolutely tore through that Texas A&M defense in the second half. What a game, dude. 155 rushing yards. Baxter, 6 runs, 10 yards. How about Townsend? 1 run, 2 yards, and a touchdown. The freshman tight end with a 2-yard run. Jack injuries. Let's go to receiving. 4 catches, 93 yards. Ryan Wingo, 4 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Livingstone, 1 catch, 19 yards, and we talked about Weisner. But injuries and Wingo with some big plays there in that second half. And Arch looked a lot more comfortable, I thought. Taffy and Black each with interceptions, and Simmons had a sack. What's his name? Kobe Simmons? Kobe, where the fuck his name is. Shipley 2 for 2 on field goals. Texas A&M. Texas improves to 9-3. Reuben Owens 13 runs, 48 yards, 3.7 to carry. E.J. Smith 4 runs, 27 yards, 6.8 to carry, and a touchdown. KC Concepcion 1 run, 8 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 5 catches, 57 yards. Mario Craver 5 catches, 44 yards, and Malene Orstron 3 catches, 43 yards. Defensively, they had 1 sack from Onyedem and Brooks, and Zirkle was 1 of 2 on field goals. And Texas A&M drops to 11-1. Let's go quarter by quarter. Texas A&M had 0 in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, none in the third quarter, 7 in the fourth quarter. Texas had 0 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter, 10 in the third quarter, 14 in the fourth quarter. Like I said, they played a lot better. They scored 24 points in the second half. Just amazing. And Texas A&M just awful tonight, man. You had the 2 interceptions there in the end, but they just didn't play well as a whole. Like, they just weren't efficient on third down. There was a fourth down where it was 4th and 1, and they took a delay of game where, my philosophy, it's 4th and 1, should go for it. Especially if you're down, you should go for it. But instead, they punted the damn thing away. Texas A&M's both offenses were pretty bad in the first half. Texas A&M finally started to get going in that second quarter, but they couldn't do anything in the second half besides that 1 touchdown drive. But let's go over the total yards. Texas had 397 total, 179 passing, 218 rushing, 6 yards of play, 19 first downs, 4-13 on third down, 0 for 0 on fourth down, 66 total plays, 2 sacks, allowed 7 punts, 7 penalties, no fumbles, no receptions, 27 minutes of time of possession. For Texas A&M, 337 total, 180 rushing, 157 rushing, 5 yards of play, 19 first downs, 4-14 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth down, 66 total plays, 1 sack allowed, 6 punts, 8 penalties, no fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 32 minutes of time of possession. But how a year changes, man. But Texas, beat Texas A&M to make it to the SEC championship a year later. Texas beats Texas A&M again to prevent Texas A&M from going to the SEC championship. Obviously, Texas A&M still going to make the playoffs, but they're eliminated from SEC championship contention. But Texas A&M against Texas last 2 years have looked like shit. Somebody's mad eye. Shit. It's Texas A&M versus Texas the last 2 years. But maybe the talk of Arch Manning's demise may have been premature. Man, all Sark and Texas had to do to make the playoffs, though, was beat a bad, coachless Florida team. But we'll see. The college football playoff chaos has started already. And then Marcel Reed, 2 consecutive interceptions. This is a fun football game for rivalry week and an upset victory. They really tried to gas up some Marcel Reed Heisman talk. But yeah, the committee though, the SEC is gonna fucking force the committee to put Texas in the playoffs, even though I don't think they should be in. But we'll see. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.